The year is 1939. As war clouds gather over Europe, a magnificent collection sits hidden away in the English countryside, a treasure that would soon become one of history's most baffling unsolved mysteries. In the rolling hills of southern England, nestled within the ancient stone walls of Blackthorn Manor, resided one of Britain's most extraordinary private collections. Known to only a select circle of academics and bibliophiles, the Silver Library represented the culmination of 4 generations of the Harrington family's passion for rare literary works. The collection earned its name from its most distinctive feature: dozens of books bound in sterling silver covers, their surfaces adorned with intricate engravings and studded with semi-precious stones. But the true value of the Silver Library extended far beyond these ornate bindings. Among its treasures was a previously unknown manuscript believed to be written by Geoffrey Chaucer, 3 illuminated medieval prayer books created by monks from the dissolved Glastonbury Abbey, and most remarkably, a collection of sealed letters exchanged between Queen Elizabeth I and her rumored lover, Robert Dudley, correspondence thought to have been destroyed centuries ago. Lord Richard Harrington, the collection's final known custodian, had expanded it significantly during his extensive travels throughout Europe in the 1920s and 30s. His journal entries from this period mention acquiring items of exceptional historical significance from financially struggling aristocratic families across the continent. As German bombs began falling on London in 1940, concern for the collection's safety grew. Britain's cultural authorities were busy evacuating museum pieces and national treasures to secure locations, but the Silver Library, as a private collection, operated outside these official channels. According to the limited records that survive, Lord Harrington made arrangements in early 1941 to relocate his precious library. In a letter to his solicitor dated February 17, he wrote, "The matter of securing the collection has been arranged. I have entrusted this task to individuals whose discretion is beyond reproach. When these dark days have passed, the Silver Library shall emerge once more into the light." 3 weeks after writing those words, Lord Harrington was killed when his car collided with a military transport vehicle during a nighttime blackout. With him died the only certain knowledge of the collection's whereabouts. What followed was a series of increasingly bizarre circumstances. Blackthorn Manor itself was requisitioned by the military later that year and converted into a convalescent home for wounded officers. During this conversion, a fire destroyed most of the East Wing, including Lord Harrington's study and personal papers. Lady Harrington, now widowed, relocated to their London residence, taking with her whatever documentation might have revealed the collection's location. Yet fate had more twists in store. In 1943, their London home received a direct hit during an air raid. Lady Harrington survived but suffered a stroke that left her unable to speak for the remaining 2 years of her life. The war concluded, but the Silver Library never resurfaced. The Harrington estate passed to a distant cousin who had little interest in the collection beyond its monetary value. Despite hiring private investigators and offering substantial rewards, no trace of the library was ever found. Over the decades, theories about the fate of the Silver Library have multiplied. Some believe Lord Harrington arranged for the collection to be hidden in a network of caves beneath the estate, caves that were later sealed during wartime construction projects. Others suggest he smuggled the books to neutral Switzerland, where they remain in a numbered bank vault, the access codes lost with his death. A more troubling hypothesis emerged in the 1970s when declassified intelligence documents revealed that a Nazi unit specializing in the acquisition of cultural artifacts had been operating in southern England. Could they have learned of the collection and orchestrated its theft, perhaps even causing Lord Harrington's accident? Adding to the mystery, in 1986, a silver-bound book matching descriptions of items from the library appeared at an auction in Buenos Aires. When questions about its provenance arose, the anonymous seller immediately withdrew it from sale and disappeared. Some speculate this may have been a Nazi officer who had taken a single volume as a personal trophy. Perhaps the most tantalizing clue emerged in 2012, when renovations at a former Royal Air Force base uncovered a hidden chamber containing an empty wooden crate bearing the Harrington family crest. Inside was nothing but packing material and a single silver bookmark engraved with the Latin phrase Tempus Revelat Omnia, time reveals all things. The most recent development occurred just 5 years ago. A retired librarian from Oxford University came forward with a remarkable claim. In the late 1960s, she had been approached by an elderly man who wished to verify the authenticity of a medieval manuscript. She described the document as being consistent with one known to have been part of the Silver Library. When she inquired about its origin, the man abruptly departed, taking the manuscript with him. To this day, historians, collectors, and treasure hunters continue their search. Somewhere, perhaps sealed in a forgotten bunker, hidden in a cave system, locked in a Swiss vault, or concealed behind a false wall in some English country house, one of the most valuable private collections of literary treasures may still exist, waiting to be rediscovered. The Silver Library remains one of the great unsolved mysteries of World War II, a cultural treasure trove that vanished without a trace, leaving behind only fragments of evidence and endless questions about what really happened during those dark, chaotic days when Britain stood alone against the Nazi war machine. As for the Harrington family motto, engraved on that solitary silver bookmark, perhaps time will indeed reveal all things. Until then, the Silver Library keeps its secrets.